Patrice Lee, and we're going to ask her about her views on redistribution of wealth. Do you think that the government should redistribute its citizens' wealth?
You know what? I think that it's best when individuals can generate their wealth for themselves. You know what? There's so many young people out here who just want to work, who want to take their job, their side hustle, and turn it into a business, and that's going to take much more better care of them than any sort of government handout could. And I think that the more we tell that story to young people, take your passion to the marketplace and watch it bloom, that they agree with that too.
So you do think that the government should redistribute its citizens' wealth, or you don't think it should do that?
Well, as I said, the market is the best place to ensure that everybody gets to enjoy wealth and prosperity in our country.
Okay, so I'm taking that to be a no. You don't think the government should redistribute its citizens' wealth, right?
I think that's right.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get that.
I think that's right.
Okay, so is Medicaid redistribution of wealth?
Medicaid, Medicare, a lot of the entitlement programs, I think are all, there's something flying around. They're all programs that are meant to help people who need help, but they should be temporary. And unfortunately, they've grown out of control and to the point where they're not serving their original purpose. And so I think when we look at our long-term fiscal future, especially as a young person, that worries me. I want to ensure that people who need help on a temporary basis can get that. That's not where we're at right now, and that's why we need reform.
So, is it redistribution of wealth or not, Medicaid?
Well, as I mentioned, we have a social safety net that's there to help people. Unfortunately, it's like a sticky spider web rather than being the kind of net that springs people back out. Thank you.
So, it is redistribution of wealth, right? Because they tax one group of citizens in order to provide free goods and services for another, right? So, are you against Medicaid?
I appreciate where you're trying to go with, which is trying to bring to light the ways that our government is trying to help some people. Unfortunately, they've grown out of control, those programs. So I think this is a great opportunity in our future, our fiscal history, when we're about to approach $20 trillion in national debt, for us to have those conversations about entitlements. They've been a third rail in politics for far too long, and our generation, frankly, is sick and tired of avoiding those conversations.
So we should phase Medicaid out because really it's redistribution of wealth, and you're against that redistribution of wealth, right? What about foreign aid? Is that a redistribution of wealth?
So just to backtrack your previous statement, I think it's important for us to, I'm not going to say whether or not what Medicare is. It's a program. It's a social safety. Medicaid is, and it's a program. It's a social program. When we talk about foreign aid, getting to the second part of your question, it actually occupies a very small slither of what we spend on our national federal budget. So, I appreciate all of your questions today. I actually need to run. But thank you so much.
But is
see what you come out with.
Okay, but is foreign aid redistribution of wealth or not? They tax the American citizens and give it to foreigners.
Thank you.